Hello and welcome to the Red Zone Podcast, episode 12, Hour of Devastation Mechanics and Other Stories. This is Elvin.
And I'm JR.
And we're going to talk about a lot of different topics here. But before we get to that, don't forget to click on that subscribe button.
All right.
So we're going to talk about different topics here, some of them involving the most current set, Hour of Devastation.
Mm-hmm.
But first, I want to talk about other stories. So the tale I want to talk about is DuckTales. Have you heard of this new new reboot?
I actually didn't know that there was gonna be a reboot. It just snuck up on me.
Yeah, they're actually gonna have a whole new voice cast with some very big names. Some folks from Saturday Night Live. Some folks from Community. Abed, Danny Pudi is one of the.
Does it really matter though? They also
Because he's cool.
No, but they're just gonna sound like ducks.
Okay. There is a clip already of the show, and the nephews have distinct voices that don't sound duckish. Only Donald has that duck thing.
Then is it any good?
It looks pretty good. The thing is, it gets its influence primarily from the Uncle Scrooge comic books, which is a little bit different than the original DuckTales series.
Oh, so there has been a running comic book on Dr. Scrooge.
Uncle Scrooge, yeah. Uncle Scrooge has been
Uncle Scrooge, Dr. Scrooge, what?
Doctor Strange.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess.
You're thinking Doctor Strange?
Probably.
Another topic for another time. But Uncle Scrooge comics has been coming out. If you remember those colored comics for the Sunday Funnies, that would be Uncle Scrooge comics, which is just Uncle Scrooge has another harebrained adventure or an idea, and then introducing the other characters. And these stories were more of the pulp adventure sort than the slice of life that DuckTales, the original series, had. So
No. But the DuckTales original series was actually had a lot of adventure.
That's true, but a good portion of it is really in Duckburg, and putting up those.
That's not how I remember it.
Well, they usually start with Duckburg. Then they do travel, but then they usually come back to Duckburg. Whereas the Scrooge McDuck, the Uncle Scrooge comics involve them traveling all over the world, and sometimes you wouldn't really see Duckburg for long stretches of time. And also,
that's actually how I remember the cartoon for some reason. Maybe because of the Nintendo game,
which also had an HD update recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
That game was awesome.
It was hard because as a kid, I never
Maybe
really
for
could,
you.
I never could reconcile pressing the down button and jumping.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the pogo thing.
Like I said, maybe for you.
Yeah.
No, it was hard-ish.
Well, it was a challenge.
I didn't finish it though. But yeah.
I didn't have the patience. Yeah, but the change in the DuckTales series, it looks like it's gonna have a expanded role for Donald, because in the original DuckTales, Donald really wasn't a part of the show.
Yeah, I did see that part.
And he's more of comedy relief, whereas this one shows him as more of a swashbuckling hero.
Yeah.
Comedic hero.
I hope they show more of Launchpad though.
Yeah, Launchpad is in the new series.
Oh, did they? Did they show him?
Yeah, he is.
And what's the name of the robot, the RoboCop like guy?
Is it Roboduck?
Yeah, he turns into RoboDuck, but
it's I can't remember his name.
And I think he wasn't in much of the series though, right? I think he was in the movie, but not in the series a lot.
Yeah, maybe
because he has his own. Oh no, he was in Darkwing Duck.
Yeah, he had a cameo in Darkwing Duck.
Who is Darkwing Donald? I forgot.
No, Darkwing is not Donald. He's some other guy.
Really?
Yeah. It's not Donald Duck. It's not always
Donald
Duck.
No. Yeah, no. I remember him now. I remember the guy, like a salesman, right?
Yeah, something like that. But Launchpad is shared between shows.
Yeah.
The other thing that's different
Anyway.
is really, besides the characterization of Donald, also the characterization of Scrooge. Because Scrooge in the original comics was more mercenary, was more cold towards his nephews, and he's a little bit self-serving. He still
Yeah.
loves them, but he's a little bit more focused on the money and is
Yeah.
okay, and he
But,
feels okay to.
I keep trying to remember episodes where they didn't go on adventure, and all I could remember was like the Egypt episode. I don't know, every like places. I don't know why I couldn't remember an episode where it's slice of life and not adventure, like what you're saying. But I don't know. Anyway,
Well, when the
maybe
Beasley
because those were
boys.
the memorable ones. But yeah,
Yeah. So this one's gonna be more adventure. I guess it. I'm not saying that the old Ducktales didn't have adventure, but this one will have even more, and you're gonna see a different dynamic between the relationship of Uncle Scrooge and the rest of his family. He's gonna
yeah,
be a bit more take charge, and it won't really be so sweet
yeah.
and cuddly.
I just don't like the animation for some reason on the nephews. But yeah, other than that, I mean the animation is obviously
Improved.
improved. And if you probably let me watch an episode of the new one and the old one side by side, I'm gonna say the old one sucked. But from memory, I'm thinking the old one was awesome, and I'm not liking the new one. But that's just
Yeah, it's I
our
think it's
memory
a
cheating.
taste thing, but it does grow on you, because I did see it for the first time, and it was a
No,
little
no, no.
jarring.
The rest of the animation was okay. It's just the way the nephews are. Their heads are like square-ish, which I didn't like.
Well, I think it's to give them more character, because if you
Or maybe
remember
the shapes of their heads are different. I don't know.
yeah,
Maybe they look
each of
like
them
their
is
voice
slightly
actors.
each of them is slightly different.
Yeah, I'm thinking Moynihan's is more like has a bigger head than the one that voiced by Pudi would be.
That's true. I think that's part of his contract. He has to have a bigger head.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense. So anyway, DuckTales, is it out now in Disney XD?
No, it's upcoming. It is Ducktales, Ducktales, Ducktales.
I don't
Uh,
even think I have. I'm not sure if I have XD. I
you know,
might.
you know, you, there are ways and
No,
means.
there are no illegal ways of downloading stuff. So let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to our other topics,
Yeah, well,
our
there's
magic
besides
topics.
Ducktales, there's also Cottontails, and
What?
no, this is the song. There's no Cottontails or
Anyway,
Brand News Tales, but there's also Hour of Devastation Tales. See what they did there?
no,
Yeah.
I see, but I don't like.
So Hour of Devastation. The story for Hour of Devastation is coming out every week, and this week, as last week saw us join the Gatewatch as they face the demon Rahmen.
Oh,
If I recall
can
correctly.
you do a short summary of what happened?
Okay.
Like just short,
Very short.
not very. Yeah,
Okay.
okay, yeah.
Well, okay. The
Very
short
short by
is
your
the
standards.
gate, the gate of the afterlife. This gate where the worthy souls are put through, which is like on the river Luxor. Luxor. Part
Luxor.
the words aren't the
Luxor.
names aren't exact, so I apologize. But so that opens up and a demon flies
Luxa.
out.
Luxa.
Luxa. A
Yeah.
demon flies out.
And who's this demon?
Raksha.
Anyway, I was hoping it would be someone recognizable, but yeah. Anyway,
Well, it's actually one of the demons that that has a contract with Liliana.
does he have cycling?
I don't know.
He might.
I don't know if it's a legendary. It might be. It might be. But in the spoilers. Okay. By the way, spoilers for the story. We're gonna talk about the story, so spoilers.
Yeah.
But I suggest you read it first. Anyway.
Oh yeah. If you haven't read it, hit pause, read it now, and then come back.
Yeah. It's a very nice read. And it's a very good serialized adventure. Anyway, so the demon begins the ritual that turns the river into blood.
So it's not a dark one; it's a blood one.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Anyway,
So it turns into blood, and
was it
then it
desperate?
causes it to flow into that large
Laksa.
gate, the gate of the afterlife,
Okay.
and then kills all the fish and animals there. And Liliana's like, okay, now I'm gonna get him. And then
What?
he
Because
says,
Liliana was like, oh, animals are dying.
no, because Liliana is gonna get him
So
because
Liliana's from PETA now.
in order to get free from her obligation, she's gonna kill him.
Okay.
Because she already killed Gristlebrand and the other demon.
Yeah.
Now it's his turn.
Don't
the
you
thing
think?
is-
Don't you find that weird that Liliana's the Black Planeswalker and she's the one killing all the demons?
Well, she's the
But,
one
you
that took
know.
advantage of it in the first place, so it makes sense. Because there is a famous saying from a different card game: "Evil feeds upon itself." So
Yeah, I guess.
so
No, but that means it's like itself, as in like you're consumed by your own evil. It's this is different.
exactly. Liliana is the evil created by these demons. The demons sword.
Oh,
is
really?
like, yeah,
She was.
because she's she was old already, and and she was weak, and the
And
demons
then they made her powerful.
exactly made her young and
Ah.
powerful again. Yeah. So for
Okay.
those out there that are lusting after Liliana, she is an old woman. So you
Mhm.
know that's why she's called crone by the demon.
She's a
Anyway,
mom you'd like to friend.
not mom, more of grandma.
Still.
Anyway, so what the
Deep
thing
water
is,
granny.
the unfortunately the demon has an unusual power over her, which allows him to control her and make her even bark like a dog. Yes.
This is
For-
getting kinkier.
I knew you'd say something kinky. Yeah, he makes
No, I
her
didn't
bark.
say anything kinky. I just said it's getting
Yeah,
kinky.
well, okay. Anyway, Liliana went
Barking
through
like a dog.
no. First, he went through the river, holding her breath because she doesn't want any of that yucky blood thing to get into her mouth. Then she held her breath for a long time.
This is like
Then she came out on the other side and was able to take deep breath. She was choking, and then the demon made her, nod her head and bark like a dog. And there's actually a line there, Liana, bark like a dog, and Liana goes woof, I think the line's like, with a chill that could with a chill of the grave or something like that. Uh, n- Never has a woof been uttered with more anger and hatred
so
behind
it's
it.
not. It's less of a wolf and more of a bark.
Bark.
Right.
So, but
Because when you
Liana
say
is,
wolf, you think chihuahuas. No, not even chihuahuas. Like
it actually
Tzus.
reminds me of that scene from Coming to America. You will do anything I do. That
oh
you do
yeah,
anything,
I
yes.
forgot about
Bark
that.
like a dog, a big dog. Woof.
That's your best James Earl Jones.
That's my best. That's my best Eddie Murphy.
Oh wait, was it Eddie Murphy?
Yeah, it's like-
I forgot. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Bark like a dog. Ow, ow, ow. A big dog. Woof, woof, woof.
Yeah,
Hop
and this
on
is,
one leg.
I actually remember what the girl was wearing, but anyway.
Yes. We all remember what the girl
No.
was wearing because she is his queen.
Is
to
this
be.
the kinky episode?
I'm not sure. You're the one that's bringing it there. Anyway, so Liliana is bound,
Ay,
and by the demon's power. Bound by the demon's power, but thanks to her Gatewatch
Are we
allies.
gonna be talking about demon's horns soon?
No. So the Gatewatch was able to use their combined powers to distract the demon long enough for Liliana to animate the dead things in the Luxo River
I think it's Luxa.
Luxa River,
Yeah,
and
I
then
think.
animate them and then cause them to eat the demon. So Liliana ate the demon.
Eh.
Take that as you will.
Did she spit or swallow?
She
the demon
swallowed
after
that demon whole,
Alright.
causing Jace to vomit. Because Jace ain't into that thing.
So
Meanwhile,
now we know Jace is gay. Not that
nothing
being
wrong.
gay is bad.
Not
Yep.
that there's anything wrong with that.
Yep.
But
We're just saying.
so Liliana is now free from that. But then other things are happening. The gods of Amonkhet and their worshippers are standing before the gates. And they're all there together for the first time in aeons. And they're in front of the gate. Then in the distance, they see the necropolis where all of the honored, the worthy dead are ferried to. But now, the blood seeping into the necropolis, causing three sarcophagi to burst forth. And from them emerge three colossal, horrific creatures with insects for heads.
Oh, these are the gods.
These are the nameless gods.
Weren't
The
they locust god?
The
and-
locust god, the scorpion god, and the scarab god.
How's that named anyway?
Yeah, and it's story about Ronas, everybody's favorite, everyone's favorite god from Amonkhet.
Not me, but
Is
anyway.
is like the most powerful one in most expensive also in standard.
Mhm. Oh, I guess like he's the one that he
He.
he's the one that you want to.
Yeah, Hazoret is a girl.
Really?
Oketra is a girl, and so is
Hazoret the pervert is a girl.
Hazoret the pervert is a girl. Hazoret, Oketra,
Oketra is
and-
female, of course.
Yes,
Right?
Oketra, Hazoret, and
How about Kepnet?
no, Kefne is male.
How?
Who's the other one?
I guess maybe if you're like from Egypt or something, then these names make sense. But Oketra, Oketra it's like so female. But
Well, okay. Anyway, Oketra and Hazoret are female as
wait,
well
who's the
as
other one? What are we?
the black
Bontu.
god.
Bontu.
Bontu. Bontu is also female.
God,
Yeah. Yes.
see what they did there.
Yes, they are. Anyway, Hazoret, not Hazoret, but Ronas stepped forward to engage the Scorpion God, saying, "Okay, this is gonna be my trial, and I'm gonna beat him." And so,
Also, the gods, the trials are the.
no, he said that
He
this is
just
the
said
trial,
that.
so maybe
Like,
this is my
randomly,
trial.
okay, just
And so he goes and fights, and then knocks him down and almost defeats him. And
the Scorpion God.
the Scorpion God, yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, he pulls an Oberyn Martell.
A what?
The Ronas, the snake god, pulls a red viper. For any Game of Thrones fans out there, for those that aren't, the red viper is this
Anyway.
character
Anyway.
from Game of Thrones
Anyway.
who let
Yeah,
let an enemy that he could have defeated live for too long,
And then
and
kill
the
him.
enemy just went up and crushed him.
So wait, Bontu's dead?
Ronas.
Oh, you
Ronas
said
got
Bontu.
stung. No, Ronas.
You said
The snake
Bontu.
guy.
But you said Bontu. Anyway,
Well,
so
Bontu
Ronas.
was
Ronas
female.
dead.
The Ronas got
The guy.
stung in the head. So the stinger went through his head, and all of the gods were like, "Oh my god, oh me,"
The-
and all of the worshippers are like, "Oh no!"
like, oh, you. Oh,
And then as he was dying, his mana, his
mana?
yeah, because gods are made up of mana. His mana was like
Why
unraveling.
why didn't they make that a mechanic? Like if you kill the god,
You get the mana
got
back?
ma-
I'm
no,
not
not
sure.
yeah, something like that.
I'm not sure. Maybe in the future. Maybe it'll
Yeah,
put that in
like
the
you,
mechanics.
you,
Anyway.
you get mana on your next main phase, something like that. Right?
So the guy, as he was unraveling, he realized, as his form was unraveling, so did the curse of forgetfulness and lies that Nicol Bolas placed upon him was unraveled,
Okay,
and so he was able to remember the truth. That
which
okay, the truth is originally there were 8 gods in Amonkhet,
was okay.
and then the three most powerful ones were
Were they the ones that became the locust scorpion and
yes,
the
they
thing?
were killed. They were killed by Nicol Bolas, and then buried.
So it's
in
really
order-
like the Scorpion King, how he was killed and became like a guardian because he was
kinda,
and then
It's
there's
like
the
The Rock.
Scorpion God.
And
Is the image for the Scorpion God out?
yeah, the scorpion god is there.
Does it look like the Rock?
No, it looks like it actually looks like Black Manta.
Black Manta. Oh,
Yeah, for
never mind.
people that watch DC or
Yeah,
read DC comics.
or play the game.
So you have him remembering that there were 8 gods originally, and 3 of them were killed and turned into these colossal monstrosities, and then the 5 were perverted in their traditions and caused them to create these tests that
wait, was that the only memory that Bontu remembered?
Ronas?
Ronas remembered.
Yeah, he remembered that
There
the
was 8
scorpion was
gods
his
and that's
brother,
Oh, really?
and that yeah, that the gods were that Nicol Bolas was the one that invaded and caused all of this. Essentially, twisted their traditions and their
So
trials.
were they like good gods before Bolas came in and
Well,
ruined
they
everything?
weren't they
Kinda.
weren't sacrificial gods where after you proved yourself worthy you would be killed, which is spoilers the thing that was discovered in Amonkhet, that everyone that was able to successfully successfully go through the trials and prove themselves worthy were then killed and sent to the afterlife.
I think
Which
that's Bolas's way of killing everyone who's good,
No, it's
who's
actually
powerful.
Bolas was trying to create. Is trying to create a powerful army, which is the reason why he came back.
Of undead.
Yes,
Ah,
very powerful undead army.
yeah, okay, that makes
So by
sense.
creating an army of very powerful undead, it's going to make sure that he has a very strong army. But the thing is, I don't know what it's for. I don't know who his enemy is. It's not the Gatewatch because the Gatewatch is
No, it's Ugin.
just Ugin.
Yeah,
Really? He's
Bolas
gonna
and
go fight.
Ugin are
He's gonna go fight Ugin again. Ugin's just like chilling in
no, but
Tarkir,
they're the
right?
ones who they're the ones fighting each other, right?
Yeah, but that's like long ago. I'm not sure if they
That
still
was
want to fight
a
each
year
other.
ago. Was that resolved?
No.
No, no, because that fight happened before Sarkhan Vol time traveled and rebooted DC. I mean Magic.
Yeah.
So technically they haven't fought.
No, they fought.
Oh,
But
was it after the
yeah,
Sarkhan
because
thing?
after
Or was it after Fate Reforged?
Ugin was killed by Ugin was killed. That's why he's the spirit dragon, because he was killed and brought back to life.
Oh,
Uh,
in Fate Reforged.
yes.
Okay, yeah.
Now, Nicole,
Maybe he wants to kill him again because he's back to life.
maybe,
I don't know.
but
Who
now you
was
have
who
a.
was Bolas's arch enemy? Oh, it's the Gatewatch.
Eh,
According to the game.
yeah, well, I think Nicol Bolas is the arch enemy of the Gatewatch, but the Gatewatch isn't the arch enemy of Nicol Bolas.
Well, I mean,
Nicol
like,
Bolas is just like, you guys, again. Uh, Speaking of which, there's a cycle of defeat cards in Hour of Devastation, which is
well, maybe
just
we'll talk about that in the
the
set
set review.
review.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it just shows how little Nicol Bolas thinks of the Gatewatch.
Not thinks of them, but how little they matter.
Well, that's true.
Well,
Now,
those cards surprisingly work well against Bolas, actually. Anyway, that's for a different day.
yeah. So Ronas then uses the last of his power to reform and yell out, death to the god Pharaoh, the true enemy, and he throws his weapon, which turns into a gigantic snake, at the scorpion god, to sort of incapacitate it for a little bit. Meanwhile, the rest of the gods under Oketra's leadership organize a defense against the remaining gods and get their worshippers, to safety. And that's where the story ends this week. It's actually a very
So
exciting.
wait, what happened to
Right.
Liliana?
Well, Liliana beat the demon, but then
And then
this other thing
disappeared?
was also happening.
Oh,
So,
this was happening like
sort of concurrent, yeah.
okay.
Which is interesting because now you have these two forces of 5 people, where, now four god. You have 5 planeswalkers
Oh,
and 5 gods, and now you have 4 gods and still 5 planeswalkers. I think someone's gonna die. I hope it's someone's gonna die. I hope it's Gideon.
why do you want Gideon to die? He has it.
'Cause
Wait,
it
who has
doesn't it-
Planeswalker cards in Amonkhet?
Um,
Gideon and Liliana, right?
Samut and
No, like the Gatewatch. It's just Gideon and
Only-
Liliana, right?
in Amonkhet,
Yeah.
Gideon, Liliana, Nissa.
Oh, then it's probably someone else is gonna die.
Well, Nissa is also in a starter deck or dual deck for Hour of Devastation.
And
That's all.
oh wait, who's in the arch enemy deck? It's Nissa, Chandra, Gideon, and
Nissa, Chandra, Gideon, the 3.
no, there's 4.
Oh, there's 4.
Yeah.
The fourth isn't the fourth one they call Bolas.
Oh yeah, never mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's Nissa, Chandra, and Gideon.
And then Jace, I believe, is an excellent.
Yeah,
So
Jace is an excellent, so Jace is not gonna die.
so Jace ain't gonna die.
So who's gonna die? Who did we?
You are
Who,
our listeners. Who do you guys think's
so
gonna
wait,
die?
so who did we not mention?
Well, there's
There's Gideon?
Gideon. There's Jace. There's Chandra,
No, Jace is an excellent. Chandra and Nissa and
Liliana, and
no, Liliana's not an arch enemy.
Liliana is not an arch enemy.
Oh.
Liliana might die after getting her freedom. She'll just die.
No, because like she's free, so maybe she'll.
She'll what? Come back as a zombie?
Yeah, I guess. Anyway,
Well, it's exciting because now you have all these parallels that are.
so wait, how
occurring.
how often do we get stories from Wizards
I
now?
believe once a week.
Even with the revised thing, with Metamorphosis 2.0, with Metamorphosis.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, so if to our viewers, if you want us to discuss the story every week,
give a
let
comment.
let us know. If you don't, let us know.
Yeah. Just let us know if you like talking about these non.
No, let us know if you like listening about them versus reading them.
That's true. I might be able. I might do a dramatic reading too, if you want.
Yeah, we can do
We
like
can
comic
do
story
something
and
like a dramatic summary.
with,
Chomp,
with
chomp,
pictures.
says the demon. Woof woof, says Liliana as she scrunched. As she
she's
swallowed
bound
the demon
and swallowed
down.
the demon, and oh
Yeah.
my god. Anyway, yeah. So what's up next?
All right. So next we'll actually speaking of Art of Devastation. Let's talk about some. Of
Maybe
the
they all
cards.
die.
Let's talk about some of the cards in Art of Devastation.
Okay.
Because in Art of Devastation,
Oh, I thought we were talking about mechanics.
yes, we're talking about
some of the cards.
card mechanics
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
in
Sure.
in Art of Devastation. So primarily the two new mechanics, because we were introduced to cycling, and reintroduced to cycling, to exert, in Amonkhet. Now we're going to be introduced to two new mechanics in Art of Devastation.
Mm-hmm.
So, for Art of Devastation, there are two new mechanics. The first one is Eternalize, which actually doesn't really sound that cool, but hey,
How is eternalizing not that cool?
it sounds strange. It'll be eternalized.
Yeah. It's fine. It's not that bad.
Okay, so Eternalize is kind of like Embalm 2.0.
It's kind of mega. It's mega embalm.
Yeah,
Like
essentially what happens is instead of coming back as a zombie as a mummy you're white, you're covered in bandages, you're still you,
but
but
is it? It's black now.
now it's black bluish. I think what they are is,
Oh, they're the army of bolas.
yes, that's the army of bolas. Eternalize are essentially zombies buffed up.
Bola sites.
Okay. Now, what does Eternalize do? It actually is similar to the ability that we had in the previous set.
Yeah, it's essentially embalm with, except it makes you a 4/4. It changes base power and power and toughness to 4/4.
Exactly. And so instead of having just a 1/1 creature with double strike, you can now you'll have a 4/4 creature, and that seems to be the theme.
Did they actually spoil a card that's
Yeah.
1/1?
The cat.
Yeah, okay. They didn't show it in the Wizards page, but anyway.
Yeah. So essentially, it makes something that seems unusual, like a 1/1 double strike creature, into something formidable, a 4/4 double strike creature, which is not too shabby.
Now, what's the cost on that cat?
I believe 5.
5 is the eternalize,
Eternalized cost, yes.
and what's the cost of the card?
1?
Really?
1 or 2, yeah.
That's actually a good card. Is that rare?
I think so.
That sounds like a rare.
Yeah.
Does it have haste?
No.
Still sounds rare.
Well, I'm not really sure.
If it's 1 to cast 1/1 double strike, that's already good. And you give it eternalize 5, that's very good. So I think that's gonna be a rare if that's the right.
Okay,
cost.
well, let me get you the exact text.
Oh, anyway, so while you're doing that, so eternalize again, if it's It's the
Okay,
same as Embalm. If the costs are not
it's
good.
2 casting costs, 1/1.
Oh, okay.
Double strike. Eternalize 3, 2 white.
Wait, three two. Wait, three. What do we mean three
3
two white?
white white.
Oh wait, it's white.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it was red.
Ah,
Okay, so now it's not good. Anyway,
1 white, 1 colorless.
so it's one in a white, one
Double
double
strike.
strike,
Yes.
and then three white, four
To
four.
eternalize. Yep.
No, it should have been red, and it should have cost one red. But yeah, now it's so I'm guessing this is uncommon.
This is that rare? No, it's a pro game day promo. Unfortunately, I do not know.
Is it a game day? Is it a full art game day promo?
Yes.
Is it foil?
I do not know.
If it's not foil, then it's uncommon.
It's most likely an uncommon.
Okay,
It's a
yeah.
cat, for goodness sake.
We have rare cats. Like
Yeah, there's
the
a rare
5/5.
cat here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, internalize is gonna be good if the internalized cost is good.
Well, here's another example of an internalized creature. Dream Sealer. 2 in a black for a 1/2 that whenever it deals combat damage to a player, that player discards that many cards and can internalize for 6.
The cost is too expensive for the 1/2, and the eternalize for 6 is also too expensive. I don't think that's gonna be a good card.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, unless
For-
something happens that like reduce eternalized cost or something. Otherwise, it's too expensive. It might be good in the control mirror.
Maybe in limited with pumps.
In limited, eternalized is always gonna be good, except for it's gonna be. Remember how we thought that Embalm is gonna be super good in draft, but then,
It's
um,
just too slow.
yeah, no, it's not that it's too slow. It's just that the whole format is too fast in draft. But
Yeah.
in sealed, it's good. So I'm not sure what happens when it's an hour Amonkhet, if it's still gonna be that fast. Otherwise, the eternalized cards are not gonna be that good, especially with the cost like 6s and 5s. But they are 4/4, so they are like they can be your 6 drop without having to be a 6 drop. So that might be a thing.
Yeah. Now, besides Eternalize, there's also another ability in Hour of Devastation,
Mm-hmm.
and that would be
Afflict.
Afflict. Ben
Afflict.
Afflict. Okay, so Afflict is an ability that allows the creature to deal damage if it is blocked. So essentially, the opponent loses life if the creature becomes blocked.
If it's afflict when it's afflict 1, but if it's like afflict 3, then is it a bunch of flicks?
I do not know. Maybe we should ask Merriam-Webster.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, go on.
So you have these creatures that are, in essentially a choice between a bad thing or a worse thing for opponent, and it would either cause
Or
them
you could
to
say
lose a lot
a
of life.
bad thing and a slightly better thing.
Maybe it's a choice that they have to make, and so it's either they're going to take more damage, or they would risk losing a creature, or possibly causing them to get other negative effects, such as giving your opponent more mana, because that seems to be what these afflict cards do. They have other nasty effects that happen if you do take the damage instead of blocking them.
Well, the Kenra Eternal doesn't do anything.
The Kenra Eternal.
Yeah,
Well,
it's just a 2-mana 2/2 with afflict 1,
Yeah, it's
and
true.
doesn't do anything.
But that's just a bear. So it
Yeah.
it prevents them from having just blocking with walls, like a 0/3 and whatnot.
Yeah, that's what it does. It makes Dun Beetle done. It's Dun Beetle, and Shelly bad.
It's not exciting actually. It's the ability isn't as exciting. But that's not the only new mechanics or renewed mechanics. So in Hour of Devastation, Exert makes its return, but this time not just for attackers. Exert can now be used for any tapped ability.
No, not any tapped ability.
Well,
There are tapped abilities with
certain
Exert.
tap abilities, yes.
Yeah.
So there are certain tapped abilities, such as the Oasis Reclaimer, I think.
Ritualist.
Ritualist, yeah, that
Which are children of Brunas.
yeah.
which is
Re-
what? And again, Ronus is a guy.
yeah. And so Ronas,
Oh, he does have a snake
he is a
for a
snake.
head.
So yeah,
Yeah,
whatever that would mean. So you
not a
have
druid.
this creature that
I
can
mean, this one is.
tap to exert to gain you mana of any color
Why is the Oasis Ritualist green and not blue?
because it is making land stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, it's an Oasis thing. Anyway, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool,
Yep. By
and exert
exerting.
add 2 mana of any one color to your mana pool.
Yep.
That's
So
3 and a green.
yeah, not
2 4,
not
nothing,
really too good,
nothing
not
exciting.
not too bad. But
And
there are
that's
other.
very good in limited though.
That's true. It is a very good card in limited.
In like literally now in sealed, you can play 5 colors as long as you're base green. With they already had enough fixing then, and then they add this. My God.
Now,
And it's like you actually even sometimes play a 4 mana 2/4 main, but well, not like not too much of the time, but yeah.
mhm, mhm.
Anyway,
Yeah. Now, besides exert, having that new ability or having that new use, there are also other things in the set that are going to be taken advantage of. That is the multitude of desert cards that have been available in Amonkhet returns in Hour of Devastation, but now would you say, serve a higher purpose? They now have other abilities that there are now abilities and cards that trigger over whether you have a desert or not.
yeah, I guess that does make sense. I mean, that's how they drew it up. So yeah. Well, it will still come down to how good that is. Like, what cards have you seen? I've only seen Desert's Hold. Is there anything else that you've seen?
Well, there's the creature.
Well, I mean, for limited though, like something like Desert's Hold, you'd play it even if you don't need deserts to make this card good.
Well, that's true. But as I said,
Oh,
there
but
is
I
a
didn't
creature.
I didn't see that it actually triggers even if the desert is just in your graveyard. That actually makes it good.
Which one is this?
Desert's Hold. When Desert Hold enters the battlefield, if you control a desert or there is a desert card in your graveyard, you gain 3 life. So I mean, you don't play it for 3 life. I mean, because the other thing it does, enchanted creature cannot attack or block, and activated abilities cannot be activated. This is for 2 and a white. So you're gonna play it anyway. But the gain 3 life part is a bonus, but you won't really play deserts just for that. If the deserts have to be in play, but since it can trigger off of a desert in your graveyard, and deserts have cycling,
Uh-huh.
it actually makes some sense now. Like you could possibly play it.
Yeah, and
I mean, the
besides
desert.
that, there are also there's a new cycle of desert cards that have colored mana.
Yeah, that's what I was
The
talking about. The
yeah,
ones with cycling.
yep, and besides that, there's also the hostile desert, which is a desert that comes to life, becomes a 3/4 elemental.
Oh, where are you seeing this?
Spoilers.
Yeah, I'm gonna check.
And so you sacrifice, you exile a land card
Oh, there are a
from your
lot of
graveyard.
spoilers. I've been just looking at the Wizards website because we're talking about mechanics.
Well, yeah, that's another thing.
Oh, Adorned Pouncer is a rare, by the way. The cat.
Uh-huh.
And it's the game day card.
It's pretty nice looking.
Well, I mean, the art is actually awesome, but it's a cat with, it's a Mike
bangles?
Tyson cat.
I guess.
It is. Kid- Which art are you looking at?
Mike Tyson.
The eye.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I get it. Strange, but sure.
Sacrifice a desert. Exile all cards from all graveyards. This is a land that doesn't come into play tapped. Oh my god. What, they're making Eldrazi better in Modern for no reason now?
Which one are you looking at?
Scavenger Grounds. It's the land desert produces colorless mana. 2 and tap Scavenger Grounds. Sacrifice a desert exile all cards from all graveyards. Wow. And the hostile desert is doesn't taps for colorless and 2 exile a land card from your graveyard. Hostile desert becomes a 3/4 elemental creature until end of turn. It's still a land.
Yep, that's the one I mentioned earlier.
That is actually good.
Well, until you run out of lands, though.
No, but you're playing the desert lands.
True.
And you're not gonna be attacking for like 10 turns with that thing, you know.
Yeah, I guess.
And you know what you can use this for? You can use this for our favorite pet deck, New Perspective.
Well, besides these mechanics, there, the Hour of Devastation is going to be a very interesting set because a lot of hate cards have started to arrive. By hate cards, I mean cards specifically made to, exploit a certain weakness.
Isn't that more of the invocations? Are there hate cards in the set as well?
Yes, there's actually several. There's the crop masters or the crook of condemnation.
What
which
color is this?
it's an artifact. It's a 2-cost artifact that is 1 tap exile target card from a graveyard, or tap 1 exile the crook to
No, it's 1 and tap to exile target card from your graveyard, and pay 1 and exile the crook to exile all cards from all graveyards. So it's what's that card? The modern card that doesn't, but it doesn't draw you a card.
Genitus.
No. Oh yeah, relic of progenitus, but it
Yeah.
doesn't draw you a card.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's exile target card from a graveyard. It's kind of
Yeah.
it's better if not for not having the draw. So I don't know. We have to figure that out. But this is a lot of graveyard hit. Have they are there cycling creatures yet?
There are
Not yet, right? Oh, there
low cost. There are several angels, but
several what? You
Angel.
sound drunk.
sorry,
You sound drunk.
there's several angel.
That have cycling?
There is a cycling angel, the Nicol Bola, Angel of Bolas, if I recall correctly. Oh, sorry, Angel of the God Pharaoh is an angel with cycling.
It's here? What color is that?
White.
What is it?
White Angel
Oh,
of the
okay.
God Pharaoh.
Oh no, but it costs 2 and it's meh.
It's a flying angel.
Meh.
The reason why JR is like that is because he is on the prowl for living end cards. He plays the living end in modern. So
No, even for limited, this is not. 2 cycling is a real cost that we found out.
there's a Angel of Condemnation. That's pretty cool.
Of condensed what milk?
Condemnation. 2 white creature angel, flying vigilance. Then you can tap 2 and a white and tap it to exile a target creature that returns at the end to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Or you can 2 and a white, you tap it and exert it to exile another target creature until the angel leaves play.
What? Exile another target creature until what?
Yes.
So it's unlimited remove. What?
Exert.
Oh, exert. But what?
Still, yes, I know. Untap target creature, yes.
Yeah, you just need something to untap it, and then like,
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
is there anything that does that?
I'm sure there is, but right now...
No, the bad part is you can't untap it with blink because the card just goes back.
True.
Oh, and it's lightning boltable. So
Mhm.
they would have, if they made it a 3/4, it would be broken. Otherwise, nah, man. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, so besides the different cards that we talked about, I look forward to our full review of Hour of Devastation once the entire spoiler
Oh, can
list...
I just say one more thing?
Yes, sure.
There's gonna be a cat deck, white green cat, because there's a lord.
Oh yeah, the
No,
Lord,
not a lord. It
the
gets
sovereign.
+1/+1 for each other cat you control,
Well,
and it creates cats for 1 and tap it and 1. It creates a cat token with lifelink.
I think it's exert.
Oh, oh, never mind.
He gets tired, Make them cats. It's 2 cats. He makes 2 cats.
Yeah, he has to produce. You have to produce white and tap to make it. I hate this episode.
Yeah. uh, completely of the side. This reminds me of a joke that only adults. A joke that in the Lion King,
Oh, which one?
Mufasa's wife tells him, "Your son is up and around." And then Mufasa says, "Before the sun rises, he's your son." And the joke there is Mufasa says that everything the light touches is his. So since it's night, it's not his son yet. Get it?
Yeah,
Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed our strangely sensual discussion.
no, it's not sensual. Like,
I don't know.
say it's a sensual discussion.
There's lots of things that we talk about. Strange feelings have arisen in this episode with cats and Lilianas and demons that make you go woof. But we hope you enjoyed our show. Phrasing, yeah. We hope you enjoyed our show. Like, share, subscribe. If something offended you in this show, we sincerely apologize, and please comment so that we know. If something titillated you in this show and you appreciate it, please comment below. And as always, thank you. And this has been Elvin.
And this has been a very non-offensive JR.
Have a good day. GP Vegas was this past week.
And wasn't it awesome?
It was. I enjoyed the coverage. I wish other GPs in other less famous places had similar coverage.
Or they're gonna have because now all the GPs are gonna be Chama Fireball.
Anyway, I enjoyed a lot of the events at GP Vegas. The Amonkhet fight between Nicole Bolas and the Gatewatch was pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing in particular that caught my eye was the D&D Innistrad game with the professor.
Oh, it's the professor?
Yeah, the professor.
He played.
Yep.
Or did
played.
he DM?
He played.
Okay.
He was a rogue, if I recall correctly. The professor from Claren Community College, Wedge from the Mana Source, Graham Stark
That's
from
awesome.
Loading Ready Run, and Christine Sprankle.
And JR from the Red Zone.
Someday.
Eventually.
Someday. So essentially what they did is they ran an adventure for Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. Thing is, for the past few expansions, or the past few years, Wizards of the Coast have been releasing little expansions. Well, not expansions, but little blurbs or books, or I don't know what to call them. Booklets about each plane and putting them in a format for Dungeons and Dragons. You'd have stats for vampires, for core, for goblins. So you'd have merfolk. You'd have the capability of playing these different races, these magic races in a world using the Dungeons and Dragons system. And so this is an intersection of two of my favorite hobbies, collectible card games and role-playing games. And it also harkens back to the origins of Magic itself.
So we're not done with now there's role playing.
Well, yeah, because if you
we're
recall,
not done
Magic,
with Liliana.
well,
Anyway.
Christine Sprankle looks like a great role player.
Anyway.
She's great. Anyway, so you have the very history of Magic the Gathering is intertwined with D&D, because Magic was created back in the day as a request to Richard Garfield for a game that could be played in between campaigns.
Was Richard Garfield anyway involved in D&D?
Well, he was a player.
No, like design-wise.
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
But
Which is why I was kind of... I know it was like he was asked to design the game, but what was he back then? Was he a designer?
I think
already?
he's like a mathematician.
So that way you just, okay, let's call him a mathematician and, ask him to design the game.
Okay, I'm not sure.
That's the thing I wanna kind of,
Yeah, well, in any
understand.
case, I hope that Wizards would do more of these types of things where they publish more Magic D&D stuff and maybe put more D&D stuff in.
So wait, as far as Magic D&D, how much content do we have?
Well, we have Zendikar, which has information about running games in Zendikar,
Or you're gonna be
as
like
well as
course
some
and stuff, right?
races from Zendikar, and another one's Innistrad.
Those are the only two.
Yep, so far.
We should do Innistrad, right?
Innistrad seems pretty cool.
I mean, if we're gonna do, and spoiler alert, if we're gonna do a show, role playing in the red zone, D&D, it should be D&D Magic. Do you all agree? Yes,
Yeah,
you do.
I think that would be the best thing, but
Yeah, so let's do Innistrad.
maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll make some characters. Yeah, yeah. Let's see where this goes. I'll have to print some things up and get dice.
Yeah, we have dice,
prepare.
anyway. That's your job.
I know.
Hey, I have to edit, so
Ah,
anyway.
running games since 1997. Good night, everybody. I'm back in the saddle again.